More specific on this breaking news, according to a declassified intel report, U.S. intelligence agencies say Russian President Vladimir Putin ordered a, quote, influence campaign to aid Donald Trump in the election. Here now to react is Scott Uehlinger, former CIA operations officer. Scott, yesterday, General Jim Clapper, the head of national intelligence, said it's the most difficult thing for an intel officer or an agency to figure out is the motive for any kind of mischief, any kind of intel mischief, like what happened in the elections. How certain do you think they are? How certain do you think the CIA is that the reason that Russia was interfering with our elections was to elect Donald Trump president?
There may be some truth to that statement. However, I think we should keep in mind that Russia is always going to attempt mischief in U.S. politics, and in fact has done so for many years. This isn't the first time. But what was unique during this incident was that the Democrats opened themselves to vulnerability because they had such a poor, basically very embarrassing internal communications, which were then exposed perhaps by the Russians. But it doesn't change the fact that I think it's more a political gambit for the Democrats to shift the blame for their rather crushing loss in the election suddenly they've discovered that Russia is a threat, whereas intelligence professionals such as myself understand that they have been a formidable threat for more than 10 years.
Now, another thing that General Clapper said yesterday was it happens on both sides. He said people in intel houses, glass houses, shouldn't throw stones. We interfere with other countries' elections as well, do we not?
Certainly, and even in cases where perhaps the United States government does not, the perception is there that the U.S. government does so. There are a lot of NGOs, for example, that have been active in Russia and many other countries, and they are legitimate non-governmental organizations. However, other countries look at them as they refuse to believe that these NGOs have that sort of status and believe that they are the pawns of the U.S. government. And so they also tend to see sometimes innocent participation by NGOs as proof of U.S. meddling in their internal affairs.
Scott, very quickly, what do you think, how does this, if at all, change Donald Trump's relationship with intel agencies, of which there are now 17 in the U.S. government, as a result of this information now coming out? Does it change? Will it change his relationship at all with intel?
I think Mr. Trump has shown that he has a very mature attitude toward intelligence, and he's recently named Ambassador Coates to be likely to be the future DNI, and his choice CIA director, and also the General Flynn. All of these people are known to be very skeptical of Russia. General Flynn, in a recent book, was speaking about the Russian-Iranian nexus. So all of these people around Mr. Trump are very wary of Russia, and I'm sure that will have a great influence on Mr. Trump's policies.
Scott Uehlinger, CIA operations officer, former. Thank you very much for joining us, Scott. Appreciate it.